Big news! City Cast Boise has been nominated for the Best Podcast in Boise Weekly's Best of Boise contest. Now we just need you to make it official by voting for us. Every day we bring you sharp news breakdowns, insider event tips, and the tastiest food recommendations in town, so you never miss what makes our city amazing. And this is your chance to help us shine. Voting's open till May 23rd. It's easy and only takes a few minutes. Just click the link in the show notes. Thanks, everybody. Today on City Cast Boise. With everything getting more expensive, we wanted to know, can you still have fun in Boise with a budget? We each got $50 and one mission: have the best day possible. Some of us splurged early, others hunted for deals, but was it enough to keep us under $50? It's Wednesday, May 21st. I'm Lindsay Van Allen, and this is what Boise's talking about. So we challenged ourselves to take on a day in Boise for under $50. So what can you do in Boise? What kind of fun can you have? What kind of an experience can you have for only $50? We were checking out free events, activities. Can you get good food? I mean, maybe this was like our recession prep, like how much money do you need to have a good time in Boise? And joining me on this adventure was our Hey Boise newsletter editor, Blake Hunter, and our producer, Evelyn Avitia. So now they're joining me to break down what they were able to do and how far does $50 really go in Boise. Thank you both for joining me.
Yeah, Lindsay, I'm actually really nervous because I am a bad spender. I will admit it. I am so financially irresponsible.
Me too. Yeah. We'll just address that right at the gate.
This was definitely a challenge for sure. I'm excited to hear what we come up with.
Yeah, me too.
Oh no. Okay, was $50 maybe not enough? Is, 100 the new 50?
We'll find out. We'll see.
We'll get into it.
Okay, I will jump into it first and I'll kind of explain my day and then give a cost breakdown. And then I was thinking we can each explain what we did, how much it cost, and if we were able to stay within $50 or not, and maybe who had the best experience or maybe the most quintessential Boise experience. Maybe we can have different categories depending on how it goes. Okay, I will jump in first. I had work the day that I did this, but I wanted to get out of the house. It was a beautiful day. So I went down to Common Grounds and I got a pistachio milk latte because I was like, $50, ooh, like it felt a little splurgy in the morning and by the evening, less splurgy for sure. Yeah. And I didn't have my whole day planned. I was kind of going to just let it go where it went. So pistachio milk latte, delicious. I think it is worth the splurge, honestly. And I got a ham and cheese croissant because I wanted a pastry, but also protein. So there was a little bit of ham in there. And I spent the morning just working there. It's beautiful. It was amazing. They have a wonderful patio that is just sunny and gorgeous. And so that's how I spent my morning, getting some work done.
And how much was Common Ground?
My total at Common Ground was $12.87. So,
okay.
I was spending
kind of a big bite out of the budget.
It was. At that point, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I might have been more. I might not be good at this. Maybe we're all struggling a little bit.
Pistachio milk is expensive, but it is really good.
You went for it. Yeah.
It was okay. I think it was worth the splurge. So
okay.
I spent $6 on just like a skim milk latte. So I might as well spend that much and get pistachio milk.
Yeah.
So I headed back to Meridian and it was, again, a gorgeous day, and I don't walk around Meridian much. That's just not something that I feel like I've done, but I was like, hey, we have this beautiful little town center. I was like, I'm going to go read some of the little like historical plaques and just kind of take a walk around. There's some cute shops. There's an art gallery. There were just some cute little shops. So I wanted to pop in and, just see what was there, see what was open, had a fun couple of hours, and I was both thirsty and hungry. So I was like, okay, two birds, one stone. What am I going to get? A smoothie bowl. It's like a smoothie and lunch. So I stopped by Bowl of Heaven, which just recently opened in Meridian, and got a Popeye bowl. And I got a bigger one. And this was also expensive. It was $14.26 for the large.
Okay.
But I know that.
Wait.
I figured since I did like free things like work and walking, I could
True.
spend a little more on lunch. So then it was after school. I got to go pick up kids. Got to do, all the mom things.
Okay, so it's already after school though. Like your
Yeah,
days.
we
Okay.
were already afternoon. It was
Okay,
kind of
you're
a late
good, you're
lunch.
good.
So
Yeah.
after work and lunch, I'm like, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. So I stopped at Fujiyama for a sushi roll because I'd had kind of a late lunch. I got the Around the World roll. That was $14.81. I know this sounds like a lot, but like I did free things, so I feel
And
okay
you're
about
mostly
it.
just buying food.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
it sounds like your day was. Yeah.
It was.
So-
And then just kind of walking around doing some work. But then I made sure that I timed this on a Tuesday because the Majestic Theater in Meridian has $5 movies on Tuesday. And so after I got
Nice.
the kids all settled, all the after school stuff, I hit up a movie, and with tax, that was $5.30. And so that brought, if I'm doing my math right, y'all can check me, but I'm pretty sure if I'm doing my math right, my total for the entire day was $47.24.
Nice.
Wow.
Each of my meals
Okay.
was kind of bougie, but I walked around Meridian and I kind of wanted to treat it a little bit like being a tourist. I've never been a tourist in Meridian. And so I did. I was reading all the about the little historical buildings and all the different things. And that was kind of fun. And it took, I don't know, hour to walk around and look at everything. Hour and a half. And then, I got to go to a movie. I mean, if I was going to get like popcorn and drinks and stuff, I was totally going to blow my budget. But the ticket was only $5. The seat is heated, which I love. So I can just curl up and be warm in the theater. All in all, it felt like a pretty fun, I got out of the house. I got to walk around, have some yummy food, go see a movie. I thought it was a pretty good use of $47 to experience Boise and Meridian. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I think especially for a work day.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going to say. For it being a work day, I think that sounds great.
Yeah. And I think I joined you at Common Ground that day. We had like a little work session. And so like I feel like coffee shops especially are such a good example of like, yeah, so you spent $8 on a latte after tip, but also like, and then, get a pastry on top of that. But also like you get a lot of bang for your buck in coffee shops still because they're the closest thing that we have to a third space a lot of the time, other than like libraries and parks and that kind of thing. So, we got to chit chat. You got to see other people, like socialize a little bit, be outside of the house. So honestly, that seems like a really good day. And I think that it is smart to use the like Tuesday movie deal too.
Totally.
I like that move.
I agree. I like that. And I feel like especially during a work week, I don't like leaving my house. I will stay home and I am not going out. So it definitely sounds like a good way, like y'all said, to get out and about and sprinkle a little adventure into your week.
Yeah, I definitely, from doing that, I'm like, okay, on a work day, you can definitely have some fun, see some things, have some, unusual. It's not like I go eat like smoothie bowls and sushi every day, but treat yourself a little bit and get your work done and still come in under $50 having a pretty good day.
I mean, and if you're looking for a free place to go work, I recently did learn about library study rooms that you can reserve for free. You can block that 2-hour, 3-hour time online and you can just work there for free. And you don't need a library card.
Nope.
But if you have one, even better.
You should get one. But
Then you can pick up a book, do your work, pick up a book for the evening. There you go. It was all free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Blake, I'm curious. What was your experience with this experiment?
Yeah, I think it was fun. I'm kind of wondering about doing this for myself like more often. Maybe not like $50 a day, but like I kind of like you, like walking around, like looking at the signs and stuff, kind of was able to like mark a few things off my list just because it like fit into the day that I've been like meaning to do for a while. But I'll just start from the morning. So not to be annoying, but I went for a hike, and of course that's free. Like I think that especially in Boise, like we have so much nature around that like it's one of the best parts of living here, especially like it's the middle of May right now. It's so beautiful. And then I did breakfast and coffee at home because I didn't want to eat out for every single meal because I had some shopping to do. And this is when I went a little bit rogue here because I was raised by a librarian. I have hundreds of books. And I've been wanting to clean out my shelves and get rid of some. And so I brought 32 books over to Once and Future on State Street to get in-store credit because I was wanting to hack the system. And basically, they bought 12 of the books that I got and gave me a total of $60.65 in in-store credit, which that was a lot. That was way more than I expected to be getting.
So good.
So I was immediately like, oh my gosh, basically I have $110 now that I've just like...
God.
Blake,
okay.
Yes, you're
Girl
over here
math.
making money.
I know.
I guess I should have gone and like donated plasma. Like,
yeah, well, yeah, I just kept doing this throughout the day. So if y'all are mad at me, that's okay. And we can decide on like the merits and like the ethics of this, how I stuck to the challenge or not. But I did, in trying to prank the system, I did prank myself because I got so excited about the $60 number that I didn't read the fine print. It wasn't even fine print. This is not the folks at Once and Future's fault at all. I just got too excited because in my mind, I was like, okay, great. I can go. So Rediscovered books and Once and Future are owned by the same people. And so you can take the in-store credit that you get from Once and Future and go use it at Rediscovered, which is amazing. And I forgot that it's only half off at Rediscovered instead of full price. So I go to Rediscovered and I like go to checkout. I pick up 3 books. I got 1 book for a gift and then 2 others that I've been like looking at for a while. And I was thinking I was basically going to get these for free and I got them for half off. So I spent $40 there, which was way more than I expected. And so I immediately was like, okay, we need to take a step back and kind of reevaluate the plan. But yeah, we'll just keep going. I then went to Mixed Greens. It's a friend's birthday this weekend. So I got her a card and then I got there's like a little candle holder that I just thought was cute and spent $15.37 there. I then went to Java, where I had a full punch card. So I got a free Thai iced coffee.
We love our free punch cards.
Yeah. And then a BLT for lunch. So I spent $15.36 there.
okay.
Worked there for a while, kind of hung out. And then I just kind of kept using my perks. I kind of treated this as like a cash out day, which honestly was really fun. So I went to Uptown Cheapskate because I knew that I had a balance there because I donated some clothes there. And so I got a top for free, basically. And then
So you had a shopping spree.
I had a shopping spree.
Dead.
And then I went to Le Bois Wines. If y'all haven't been, you have to go. It's the best. Love that place. And I'm a wine club member there. So I get 2 free like wine tastings for 4 people per quarter. And so I used one of those. And then my friend and I got like bread and cheese. And so we split that. And that was $7.60. So all told, I really only spent $42.58. But I got a lot of free stuff out of it. So this is what I say when I went rogue. I just kind of used all of like the perks. And honestly, instead of like pacing those perks out for like extra things or like coupons or whatever, it was kind of fun to use it all in one day where it was just like this just like big like dopamine rush. Like it was just, I just had a good time.
It kind of sounds like that book series. If you give a mouse a cookie,
Yeah.
if you give Blake, if you give a Blake $50.
That's so funny. You know, I had a good time with it. But yeah, so I kind of gamed the system and I'm available for your judgment on that.
No, okay. I'm as a couponer from way back and somebody who's, you know, a punch card aficionado, I can't hate on that. Like that's really a great plan to maximize everything that you'd built up and then also have, you know, like the $50 to kind of cushion all of that. So I can't hate on that.
I just didn't expect that, honestly. I think I'm still processing your day, but it sounds so fun. And I'm glad that you had a really good day. And now it makes me want to like stay on top of my perks and stay on top of just knowing where to find those like local deals too of like where you're consistent. And yeah, I'm here for it.
Honestly, I'm really bad at using my perks. Like I'm really bad at like just kind of compiling like gift cards and then like expiring or that kind of thing. So I
Yeah.
think that this honestly was a fun way to like kind of consolidate it all and make sure that I use it, because it is like you said, like I had to buy a certain number of drinks at Java in order to get that free punch card. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's not exactly like I only spent $50 in one day. But anyway.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
ChatGPT Plus is free for college students through May. Here's the thing. You've got a lot to do between now and then. Studying for finals, writing papers, trying to keep your life on track. And ChatGPT can help with all of it. It can quiz you for your econ exam, make a study guide from your French notes, plan out your meals and study breaks. It can get really specific on how you like to learn. It can even help you come up with ways to stop procrastinating. So from now until summer break, take advantage of all the ways ChatGPT can make your life easier. Restrictions apply.
Well, Evelyn, now I'm really curious because you had mentioned maybe you bent the rules a little bit too. So I'm so curious, what did your $50 day look like?
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's chaotic. It is so chaotic. I focused on a weekend. Like, what would a weekend look like?
Okay.
And I really, really wanted to take that tourist approach of like, how can I be a tourist in my own city? I feel like oftentimes there are those iconic Boise spots that we're always recommending to people. But like, really, when was the last time you did that? And so that's what I wanted to do. That's how I shaped my day. So let's dive into it. So I live in Caldwell, of course. So I had to drive. I have my 30-minute drive to Boise. But first, I decided to stop at Flying M in Nampa because out of all of the Flying M locations, the one in Nampa is my favorite. It's a beautiful space. It just feels good to sit out on the patio, enjoy your coffee, enjoy a pastry. So I went to Flying M and I just got a coffee, $5. I'm hanging out, just enjoying the vibes. From there, I walked right down the road to the Nampa Farmers Market. And it's very cute. There are so many different local vendors. There's a lot of food and coffee trucks and all of that. So I just went and walked around the farmer's market and I didn't buy anything. I just was window shopping, looking at everything, mainly because I didn't need anything, but that might get you. That might get you because there's obviously good stuff and you're like, do I need it? Do I want it? So
I feel like you did the
that's hard.
impossible there. I don't think I have ever not bought something at the farmer's market. So, I mean, good on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so that could easily be translated to Boise. You have 2 farmers markets going on Boise in the morning, late afternoon. So you can go to the farmer's market, pick up a coffee, walk around. You could do that all for free. Maybe get a coffee, maybe get a pastry. But so far, I've only spent $5.
Nice.
It's going well. And then I wanted lunch. And I am an Idaho pizza addict. I am. I
forget this about you.
I love Idaho pizza.
It's honestly really good.
It's so
When
good.
it hits, it hits. Yeah.
Yes. And I feel like people need to take advantage of the pizza buffet, the lunch buffet. Have you ever been?
I don't think I've ever done that.
What?
I've not to the lunch buffet. No.
Oh my
It's
God,
pretty great.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
The lunch buffet. Okay, so you get all you can eat pizza, salad, and a drink for $10.
Whoa. Okay. And it's like, I guess in my mind, whenever I hear like lunch pizza buffet, I'm picturing like CC's from like the early 2000s where it was like, I don't know, this is like almost not worth it to like chew it. Is it good? So I guess I just always am like, ooh, it's gonna not be great. So okay, but so $10, it's worth it.
I love their lunch buffet. It has never failed me. It gets the job done, fills me up. And if you don't want a salad, it's like $1 less. And so, yeah, I spent about $12 at Idaho Pizza. And then from there, back on the road again because I'm driving everywhere. It's chaotic. The next spot, here we go. I chose the Idaho State Penitentiary. Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Such a random spot, but I was just thinking about it. I was like, wait, I haven't been there since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like the last time I went was on a school field trip. And so admission was $8. And I just went and spent late afternoon over there. And I feel like as an adult, I got to experience the old penitentiary in a whole different light. Because I think this time I actually took the time to like really reflect on the history, to like really read everything and look at all of the, I guess, all the different sites, different areas in the old penitentiary. But I was just really surprised because I hadn't been in that environment in so long. And I was like, wow, I really learned something new today. And then from the old state penitentiary, I made my way back into downtown Boise, and I decided to hit up one of the most expensive restaurants for happy hour.
Oh, no.
Where did you go?
We decided Guadajima because their buy one, get one happy hour always gets me. Like, that is my favorite thing. You go, buy a cocktail, you get the other one for free. So in my mind, I'm like, this is a great way to save money. I get there and I order a quesadilla. I'm with friends. We're splitting different appetizers. We have esquites, guacamole, all of those yummy treats. And so I order my drink. However, the drink I want is not included in the happy hour
Dang.
menu. And so I'm just being very kind to the bartender. And I'm like, can you make me a dupe? Like, let's be friends. How can I get this cocktail and still get my buy one, get one free? And he was so sweet. He was like, no, we'll make it work. I'll make you like a dupe of it. And so he made me a dupe of the cocktail that I wanted. And afterwards, I had to leave a fat tip because he was just so kind and did that for me.
I was say he did you a solid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spent about $29 there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
so-
happens. Yeah.
I mean, but they have really good drinks and appetizers
So good.
there. And especially if you're hitting up
Yes.
happy hour.
Yeah.
I know it when it's only like $50 and you're like, I spent $29. But it's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's the experience too. And
Exactly.
it's solid. Like, it's really good.
Overall total, $54.
Hey,
Okay.
okay.
Not bad.
Especially where you were able to like talk your way into buy one, get one for drinks.
Yeah.
Like,
And this
I
is
get-
all including me being a tipper, okay? I think
Exactly.
if I wasn't tipping, then it'd be lower. But we got our tip money in there. I think I am forgetting to include parking, that 1 hour of parking, which is like $1. So let's say
Yeah.
55.
For sure. I like how you approached it where you were just like doing all these touristy things mostly and then like one big meal. Like I don't know, that's a fun way to do it. I feel like that's how I
Yeah.
just like do most days anyway. And I like how you did that. And I feel like it's fun to like go to the old pen too.
Yeah. I mean, other free stuff, other free touristy stuff you could do. Just walk around downtown, the record exchange, the freak alley vibes.
Mhm.
oh yeah, there's so much.
Yeah.
Take a walk on the green belt.
Tons of shops downtown.
Yeah. And this is, the perspective of someone who doesn't live in Boise. And I'm
Right.
driving over to Boise and I'm like, how can I be a little tourist in my city?
Lindsay, was there anything else that you wanted to get to or like would change about your day?
I think I would like to try this not on a work day. And
Yeah.
when we had decided we were going to do it, I had some pretty busy weekends lined up. And so I was like, it's got to be a work day or it's just not going to happen. But I do think it would be fun to just go like plan on a city, either Caldwell or Meridian or Boise, and just, or even like Eagle, walk around, there's the river up there, the green belt up there, and just go plan on just completely doing like I'm a tourist, like I've just got this one day and I need to just pack it with, seeing all the sights, doing all the things. So I definitely would like to try this again on a weekend or sometime where I'm completely devoting my energy to trying to get the most out of $50, really maximize my experience. But it wasn't going to work with my schedule, but it still was fun. But I like listening to all the things y'all did. I'm like, okay, I do want to try this sometime on a weekend where I could just really go and see where $50 could take me. Is there anything that either of you are like, man, I wish I would have done this or thought about it differently or tried something else?
Yeah, I have a couple. Well, first I wanted to get dinner, but like with me pranking myself accidentally with like the books and stuff, which I still got 3 books out of it and 2 of them are hardback. Like, so I feel like I still got like a really good deal there. I would have gone to like Bar Guernica, I think was going to be my plan because that's like a relatively cheap spot. But instead I went home and ate leftovers. So, I would have done that differently. I think also there were 2 events that I was like thinking about going to that night that were actually free. So one of them was like a craft club at like the U-Stick library, which I just want to shout out. Like we talked about like the libraries at the top of this episode, but like just bringing that back around, like libraries are like, I mean, and they're technically not free. Like we as taxpayers like contribute to them. And so, we can get something out of them at any time. And most libraries have at least like 1 or 2 just like craft club or like hangout things a week that are just really fun to go to and fun to kind of like incorporate into your routine. And then there was also a free artist talk at the Commonwealth Gallery in Garden City that I wanted to go to. And so just shout out, like there are free events that are like going on. I just didn't get to that one because I was too tipsy at Le Bois, so I had to go home. But yeah, I think that there's a lot. There's definitely more free things, like free events that I put free events in the Hey Boise newsletter all the time, but I don't know, just being like avidly looking for them myself, I was like, oh, there's actually kind of more here than I thought.
I feel like it was just a very action-packed, very tiring day. And it was fun to challenge myself in that way because, like I said, I'm pretty financially irresponsible. Like if I'm going to go spend a weekend in Boise, I'm going to be spending a decent amount of money because I want to go try this and I want to go eat here and I want to drink here and I'm hanging out here. And that adds up so quickly. So it was fun to challenge myself in this way. And yeah, it makes me think about how can I find these good deals? How can I save more money when I'm out and about in Boise?
So for my final question, do you think in this day and age when everything is so expensive that somebody can truly have a fun or very enjoyable or very quintessentially Boise day with only $50?
I definitely think so. I mean, I'm thinking about like the summertime and like floating the river and stuff. Like so many of my favorite days of like the summer are going to be floating the river where like I might buy some snacks. I might go get a drink or like dinner maybe, but it's going to be under $50. And so that's nice. I also want to say like I gamified this and I had fun with it because it's kind of like you kind of have to find some joy when there's like the economic recession fears that are going around right now. And I also want to clarify, like, I don't think that we can coupon and like gift card ourselves through a recession. And that's just like not reasonable. And also, I mean, it's easier to be poor in community and when you have other people to rely on too. So that's kind of something to keep in mind. I think that it is doable to do a $50 day in Boise. It's just that like, most people can't afford to do that every single day, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely ways. And I need to learn. Yeah. For a bougie girl like me, it's difficult. Okay, I'll say it, but it's definitely possible.
Well, thank you both so much. I think this was a really interesting experiment. And I love how each of us took such different approaches to this challenge. So thank you so much for being game and for sharing your experiences with us.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all for today here on City Cast Boise. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure and tell your friends about the show. We'll be back tomorrow morning to see whether Idaho schools really have some of the lowest rates of dyslexia in the country, or if our criteria has been excluding kids who need help. You won't want to miss it.